All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays, coming to you live as the markets have been open for a few hours on this Friday, December 18th. Things are, of course, never perfect, as if you've watched the last couple of videos. I really wanted today to be the ultimate, a new all-time high day so I can properly, fully get out of my GBTC position, the bullish position that I entered earlier in the week. I got out a little bit yesterday near the top. And today there's going to be some very difficult decisions and choices to be made, whether I should hold the full position over the weekend or scale back a little bit and don't take the unnecessary risks. So we're going to go to the charts and let them guide us. Here we go. All right. Hope everyone can see this chart. This is our weekly chart of Bitcoin. And the weekly chart still looks very, very bullish. There's not much more we can say about this chart. Why is this? Hold on. I'll put on that. Okay, here we go. There's not much to be said about this chart. We have a pretty damn bullish candle right here. And it's coming off, I would call that a 1, 2, 3 week consolidation, which coincided with a lot of MRI signals telling you to, slow your roll a little bit and stay patient. But this candle comes in with a beautiful green star. And sometimes I ignore the green stars and sometimes they are very, very useful. In this case, this was very, very useful to me. This candle told me that we are potentially on pace for some serious upside into early next year. And that's what it's looking like right now. The weekly chart is pretty bullish. There's one thing missing. Close to the week at current price or above. If we can close the weekly candle above $22,500, I would then be bullish going into next week. Let's go to the daily chart. The daily chart on current candle hit us with the ending of extension B. That's pretty important. Extension B is one of those extensions of the MRI that I actually take seriously. I don't really take extension A very seriously. I only take extension A seriously when it's happening inside a bit of a cluster. I don't take extension A seriously by itself. I believe it's the weakest of the extensions to the MRI trend. Now, this extension B ends the trend that began with this MRI top. So this MRI top, by continuing to go higher, kicked off the extensions. And if you own the MRI, you can view the extension details here. You can view them all. And you can see extension B is ending and extension C is 2 candles away from ending. In order to end extension C, we need 2 additional higher daily closes. And that is obviously going to happen at some point. And this needs to happen before you have a full-blown bear like move to give you an MRI buy opportunity. So while this is a potential for the ending of this bullish trend, I do believe that we will reach another MRI top. We just need 2 more candles. And all those candles have to do is stay above $21,600 in order to stay that way. So there is another MRI top incoming this weekend. And I believe we would get there. I would love to see that MRI top break the swing high of yesterday. We had a swing high of yesterday of just under 24,000. And I still believe it is possible to break that number by next week, sometime over the weekend or early next week. it just feels like this move is not yet over. Even though when we look at GBTC, we do see a bit of a, well, actually the premium is back to 30%. We saw a bit of a collapse in the premium yesterday, but the premium is back today. So it looks like people are buying this dip. A lot of people are asking me for a video on GBTC. And I need to do a little bit more research before I do a full video on GBTC explaining its details. So unfortunately, it's challenging because if I say something wrong, I mean, I've upset Barry Silbert enough over the years. But also people are asking me for this code, but I can't provide this code because it's not intuitive to use. Actually, I need to update this code a little bit to have a more accurate look at the premium. I need to get back in touch with my developer. Maybe we can build something that's a little bit more user-friendly, but the gray line represents the GBTC premium, and you can see that at 30% right now. And the blue line represents the price of Bitstamp referenced in like scale to GBTC. And then this is the price of GBTC. And the difference between the blue and the current candle is the GBTC premium. So this is 30% higher than this. So this is what the price of GBTC should be, is the blue line if it didn't have the 30% premium. And the reason why you have the 30% premium is because there is a liquidity crunch on GBTC. There's only so many shares to go around. It's like an illiquid Bitcoin exchange, and it almost never goes negative because there's always some demand. Because if it's negative, you just don't sell GBTC. You don't need to. But when there is demand for GBTC and there's not enough sellers of GBTC, the premium tends to go through the roof. Let me just see if I can find the video. I need to find the video that I did with Tyler Jakes where we spent an hour talking about GBTC. It was a long time ago. I need to find it. But in any case, understanding GBTC is good. I wish I did. I wish I was more on the ball with it in the early days. Could have made a ridiculous amount of money by understanding how the GBTC premium functions. Okay, anyway, back to the daily chart. The daily chart, we're watching it. It's nearing its top. We already have a red arrow from extension B. Another red arrow is coming in 2 days with the end of the MRI. And if the next 2 days are up days and they start closing higher, then you can have an MRI top on Sunday coinciding with extension C ending on Sunday. And that is definitely a potential top. But it's hard to say if we already topped or not. It really is. So I am still holding on to my GBTC position. And I will pray this weekend that we hit a new all-time high above 24,000 on Monday, and that tops the market, because it looks like Sunday is where all my indicators are going to line up. And if I'm lucky, the price Sunday night is, moving into Monday, and Monday is an actual top, not Sunday. So I'm going to take my chances. I exited a little bit of GBTC, but I'm going to hodl this through the weekend. There is a chance I will take a little bit off the table depending on how the rest of the day goes. But as of now, I'm going to remain bullish in this market for a few more days. I might be pushing it a little bit, but also because my entry was really, really good. And this is a small part of my, position, or a decent part of my position. I am like fully invested with my retirement account in GBTC right now. And I'm still pretty confident, maybe a little overconfident. There is definitely a possibility of a pullback to the starting point. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk. I probably shouldn't. I should play it safe. but I'm going to take a little bit of a risk that there will be more FOMO this weekend, and this is just a one-day break. Dangerous last words, but I'm going to stay bullish here. I like that the breakout certainly reached its target, and maybe I should zoom out and look at a target. But the other thing that makes me bullish is because of how the weekly chart looks and because of how the monthly chart looks, this thing can push into 30K. It can over the holidays. It can push into 30K over the holidays and then take a nosedive early next year. It's possible. The weekly chart is what is now making me more bullish than the daily. See that now the daily is coming to an end. This is the tricky part of trading. Okay, so this is that tricky part of trading, in that I entered this trade based on the daily breaking out, fearing that the weekly is going to wreck me by going against the weekly. But now the weekly is setting off the beginning of a monster move. Like the weekly is setting up another move like this, only with a thick green arrow. You know, instead of, oh, try and make it thicker. Right. So the weekly is kicking off another one of these. Now it's early, it's just getting started. But now that the daily is coming to a top, the weekly is telling me, dude, you could this thing has legs. The weekly has legs. So now I'm more bullish on a bigger picture, as the daily picture telling me to be careful. But I'm gonna, trust a longer term look. And I'm going to hold through the weekend. I can still get out on Monday. I can still get out today. But if we start to, here's the deal. If Bitcoin price starts to crash later today while GBTC is still open, I will exit. If GBTC pumps like crazy over the next 5 hours, I will also exit. Now, if it stays in the vicinity, I will hold the position. So if it stays between, say, 22,000, yeah. Let me go to the lower level time frames to give you an estimate. As long as we stay above this, perfect, that's 22,000. As long as we stay above the support line on Friday, and today's Friday, and we stay below this area here, I will hold my trade into Monday. I'm going to do an envelope here. I know some of you may not care, but so this is my hodl position. As long as we stay inside this channel, staying inside this channel makes me hold through the weekend. If we go above the channel, I will take profit. If we go below the channel, I will take the stop loss. That's the plan. That's my plan for the next 5 hours, 4.5 hours. We're probably going to stay in the channel. Probability of us getting out of this channel in the next 4 hours is actually pretty small. Okay, yeah, I was getting out right here yesterday at 30. And in hindsight, I wish I would have gotten out more than I did. But I got out 25% of my position. I wish I got out more. All right, Bitcoin dominance is looking good. Gold is looking good, bullish. Market is fine, not bullish or bearish. Some profit taking going into the weekend. This is where traders stop trading and go on vacation. This is it. This is like the last week of active trading for traders. Option expiration, I believe, is option expiration the week is today. And that's it. And traders go on their vacation and they'll be back sometime in January. So this is the lightest trading season coming up. Let's see if there's any questions, because this is pretty much it for me. Hey, we got a super chat. Sweet. Let's see who it's from. Thank you, Lonis or Ionis. Tone, thanks for your honest and fundamental TA. Keep going. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So that could have been yesterday's super chat. No, that's today. We got a few more questions. I do have to get going, so this video will be on the shorter side. With all the new billionaire companies buying, and they want the price to remain high and not allow many normal people buying in low. No, it's not. There's no conspiracy theory, guys. Look, normal people had a chance to buy Bitcoin for a decade, long before companies had the approval to do it. So don't blame the companies. You had plenty of time to do what they're doing, okay? You could have benefited from this. So no, don't blame the companies. It takes a lot longer to convince a company to get into Bitcoin than an individual investor. So no, don't blame the companies. You should have bought it before them. When you exit GBTC, are you saying you're getting fiat? Yes, that's correct. What's your long-term position? And why not HODL? Because I like trading sometimes. There's nothing wrong with HODLing. There's nothing wrong with dollar cost averaging. But I think I can increase my fiat position by going in and out of GBTC. Because remember, GBTC isn't real Bitcoin. But I get to profit from Bitcoin in a tax-free way. There is no... I trade in my Roth IRA. I kind of really want to do an educational video about 401ks, IRAs, and Roth IRAs, but I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not sure I should do that show. Wish Tyler was still around. We could have done that show together. He did do a retirement show that you guys should watch on the Hyperwave YouTube channel. I mean, I advise my friends on, you know, what I've done with my IRAs and Roth IRAs and how I did it. But I don't know if it's wise to do it on YouTube. This is why I need to have more of a private group, like a private channel for subscriptions to private videos, but I don't have that yet. Dear Tone, is the 3-gap play in for GBTC? Would we see a pullback to fill the 3 gaps? I don't know. We don't have to. No, because GBTC closes at night. There's no need to fill these gaps. This gap almost got filled, but it didn't. If you go back on GBTC to the last bull market, I mean, there were gaps that never got filled. I mean, here's a gap. I wonder if that got filled. Yeah, that did get filled. How about that? The gap might eventually get filled. Like here's GBTC going into the high. There's GBTC at $38. Yeah, we did fill a lot of those gaps. We may fill that gap eventually. The keyword is eventually. I think GBTC will go up. Again, I'm betting on one more push. And by that one more push could be a push into Monday, or that could be a push into, you know, another weekly MRI top, which would actually be ideal because then we're looking at close to 30K. All right, guys, if you want to support, please check out the affiliate page. I've recently added the Buy the Dip store back to the affiliate page. These are the shirts that I like to wear. You can check them out. There it is, Buy the Dip. And of course, there is lots of other stuff. If you want to get an on-demand video, there they are. Still on sale, still on the Black Friday sale. I'll keep it through Christmas, maybe into early next year, but the prices will rise. They will rise again. They will, and everyone should be wealthier with the price of Bitcoin rising. So that should not be an issue. These would go back to 500. This is going to go back to 750. I'll do that next year, into next year. But yes, the MRI might go subscription sometime next year. For now, it remains at 500, very reasonable price. Dropped it by more than 50%. Used to be 0.5 BTC, which right now would be $1,100. So that's a more than a 50% discount now based on the price of Bitcoin. All right, there you go. That's it. I also have my own store, which I never even promote. We got to add more stuff to that store. We still have the prints from the unconfiscatable art by Vays. These prints, they're about, I don't know, they're not that big. They're not as big as the original painting. So those and lots of other cool gear. We got to get some more stuff up on the store. All right, guys, that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. One last peek at the short-term look of Bitcoin. As long as it stays in this channel, it keeps me in my trade over the weekend. Outside this channel, I will get out of the trade today. And then I just got to hope we make a new all-time high on Monday, Tuesday, and then I would exit. But if we go to a new all-time high Monday, Tuesday, my weekly chart is going to be really bullish. So once again, tough decisions need to be made. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one, guys. Whoa, no light. Still in Vegas, and I'll be here for a little while. All right, bye, guys.